Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you as we count down to UFC 194. Of course, the big main event of Jose Aldo going up against Conor McGregor. But also, we're going to have a big middleweight championship fight of Chris Weidman going up against Luke Rockhold. Of course, the big draw for this is Chris Weidman as your middleweight champion. The guy who took down Anderson Silva not once, but twice back in 2013. He proved that the first time wasn't a fluke, and since then he's been able to go on and beat Lilo Machida, Vitor Belfort, in some good fights. Luke Rockhold is a guy that's been coming on strong in this division. He hasn't lost in a few fights. Honestly, the last fight that he lost was against Vitor Belfort, the guy that Weidman was able to beat in his last fight. But, that fight came back on UFC on FX back in 2013. And since then, we've seen Rockhold come through, beating Michael Bisping, beating Lilo Machida, and proving that he is worthy of getting this big fight against Weidman at UFC 194. This is going to be a really good fight. Honestly, these guys don't really like each other, and they've been talking a lot of smack back and forth about this big fight that is coming up. We've seen Luke Rockhold come out and basically say that he's ready to dish out a reality check. He says that Weidman trains with a bunch of jabronis while he trains with champions. I don't really know how to back that up, but I've never really seen somebody call somebody a jabroni in the world of professional wrestling. I don't know. I'm sorry, out of professional wrestling. I've never seen that in UFC before. I don't know if Luke Rockhold is a big professional wrestling fan, or where he would have picked that term up. But honestly, in my opinion, Weidman is coming into this fight with one of the best left hooks in the game that he's used to finish a lot of his fights. We've seen him get knockouts in almost more than half of the fights that he's gone into with, and he's been a good champion. He's been on top. I can really see Weidman winning this fight against Luke Rockhold, and Luke Rockhold having to go to the back of the line in order to build himself up. Definitely, in my mind, this is going to be a big fight. It is overshadowed by Aldo versus McGregor, but definitely the hype that they've built in the last year for Aldo versus McGregor, with the fight being pushed back due to Aldo's rib injury, is going to overshadow almost anything that goes down. But this is going to be a good fight. It's going to be a really good one. These guys definitely don't like each other. They definitely are very confident coming into this fight, basically both thinking that have the other guy overmatched, but we'll see who the champion is on Saturday night. My opinion is put your money on Weidman and collect at the end of the night.